Adam, we just haven't talked about Severance, which is the show that some people are watching.
So good.
Everybody's going to tell us about season 2. I thought of this because I was in the internal conflicts, and yours are maybe the most intense of anybody here because you got him from two ends. You got the outie who is like fighting his own trauma. He doesn't even want to deal with his own trauma, and he certainly doesn't want to reconnect.
Yeah.
And then you've got the innie who, and this is the thing, the innie, he's essentially a naif. I mean, he's like 2 years old, and he's completely indoctrinated into Lumen, which to me is like, it's a cross between a religious organization, a cult, an authoritarian group, and the height of commerce. Yeah. So, you have trouble keeping your head straight about that?
It's funny because before we started, Ben Stiller told me that he's like, because I was thinking about it's the same character, but it's two different arcs, and we were shooting it all at once, so we had to we had all 9 scripts, and we were doing the same thing where it would be like episode 1 and then later in the day episode 7, going all over the place.
Wow.
And so I was trying to figure out how I would keep track, and Ben told me, he's like, I visited Michael Keaton on the set of Multiplicity back in the day, and he said he had in his trailer he had these charts up on the wall because he was playing a bunch of different characters for that movie, and he had a different chart for each character, so he knew exactly where they were. So it sounds like similar to what you did.
He never told me that. That's so cool.
That's right.
Yeah, because he was in that with you.
Wow.
He didn't ask you about your Google Doc?
We didn't chat about it.
And I didn't do that because I was like, it was the pandemic in New York. I was like, do I go get poster board?
Right.
How am I gonna do this? But what I did do is just try and map out on like whatever the opposite page of my script it was for the day, like where I would be, and just tried to plan it out to a certain extent, like the 2 arcs and where they are throughout the season, and how they affect each other, how what's happening inside affects him on the outside, just kind of physiologically, not literally, because they're not sharing memories, but they're physiological things that go on that sort of absorb into each kind of space.
I broke protocol this morning. I was dusting the old group photos, the ones with PD, and it just made me feel sad. And I guess worried that I won't be able to run MDR like he did.
That tracks. I have similar worries.
So it was just sort of constantly keeping track of that, but also putting all of my sort of trust and perspective into Ben, because I had to, because I wouldn't be able to keep track of it all. So I really leaned on him throughout.